Okay, good. Good evening, folks. Good to welcome everyone on this call, wherever you're from. I've got a lot of exciting things I can share. We're excited about the year ahead. Before we get started, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a real happy, prosperous, and a blessed 2024. It's going to be a year of memories, a year of achievement. And we need to remember achievement and adventure go together, right? So that's what it's going to be. It can be a lot of adventure, a lot of things happening, and we're excited about it. Alton and I had our first training meeting on Saturday, and we're excited. There were 2 legs present, some good young people, and it's exciting to see the young people coming to our business nowadays. Now, before going any further, people need to know where we came from. You see, Alton and I got started in this business way back in 73, August to be exact, and Alton was 25 years young, I was 31 years old. Quite honestly, I had many health challenges and many bad habits. I think at that point in time, I had 7 sinus operations, 2 anesthetics. So we know what it's like. That's where we were. We invited along to have a look at it. But now, I want to share with you quickly before I get going here how we invited. And I still invite people the way that guy invited me. A person phoned me up. I'd never spoken to him in my life before. I knew the person, where he farmed, whatever he had. I was in agricultural machinery business, selling machines, tractors, and working on them. And Alta, our youngest one at the time was a year old. She couldn't go and work, so we had 5 people on one salary and had a house. So we know what it's like not to have. Anyhow, this guy phones me up one night, and he tells me he was speaking. He must have been close to 55, 60, and I'll call him old then. Okay. And when the moment he phoned, he said, "Well, sorry," I said, "Can I help you?" He said, "No, I think I can help you now." What did he know about me? So he said, "Would you be open to look at a way to make a lot of money?" That's exactly what he said. I said, "Sure. What do I have to do?" He said, "I cannot explain anything to you, but I want you and your wife to come to Port Elizabeth next year, which is 80 kilometers away. And I'll show you something very exciting." And I said, "Look, if you don't tell us about it, I'm not going to go." He said, "Fine, you're going to die broke, just stay at home." And guess what happens? We went. Had he begged me, had he tried to explain anything to me, I would not have gone. So I just thank God that he did it this way. And that's how we approach people nowadays too. We talk about approach as the evening gets on. I want to talk about a couple of things at this point in the new year. I sincerely hope you've got some plans down. You've got some goals. You've got some dreams. I sincerely hope so, because, if you don't do that, most people will be worse off next January than what they are this January. So we need to decide if we want to change those things, start doing things, start making plans, start getting excited, committing to your plans, and your goals. And that's exciting. If you set a goal to achieve something, go flat out to achieve it. Doesn't matter what happens, doesn't matter what obstacles. I can tell you a lot of stories about Alton and this business. Right at the last minute before achieving big goals, there were major obstacles came up. But that's where it's to test you, to see if you're worthy of success. So don't worry about obstacles, don't worry about challenges. They are good to have, right? They help you grow, and then you can reassure other people who are having challenges when you've had challenges. So, and get excited about the future. We are more excited about this business now than what we ever were. In the 50 years we've been involved. And I'll tell you what, life-changing things are happening right now. It's exciting to people coming into your business and getting started, and seeing young people with dreams starting to move and get excited. And that's important. I want to chat about saying before I'll handle your goals, dreams, go and look at it. Now, remember one thing. You've got to, whatever you confess, you'll possess. You see, one thing is to remember, when you set your plans and your goals, talk it into existence, talk about those dreams, but a lot of people just daydream. I don't believe in that. Talk about things and then have the courage to go out and do it. And look out what comes out of your mouth. You see, many people don't understand. Every word that comes out of our mouth is a seed. And God says in his word that whatever you sow, you'll reap 10 and 100-fold. So, if you don't want to, we worked for a company for 8 years, from 1978 to beginning of 1986. And then I left the company and became a distributor again, because Alta was not involved in the company side. And then we started building again. Now, without a salary, we were struggling, right? The first year, 86, we sponsored people, nothing was happening, I wasn't growing. Anyhow, we just kept at it. And 87 started coming together, and I'll tell you about that a bit later, but it's important that you keep going on it. Those challenges made us strong. It made us work harder on ourselves. And that's what I'm going to be spending a bit of time with tonight, is working on ourselves, because for things to change, we have to change, or else nothing's going to change. For things to get better, we're going to have to get better, or else it's not going to get better. Health-wise, positive attitude, all these kind of things will have to change. You see, we are not the same people that joined the business many years ago. We decided to change. We decided to do what they said. I spoke about personal development, read positive books. The one book I got to read in those days was Think and Grow Rich. Now, they said read one page aloud every night before you go to bed. Now, we'd get back from meetings, it'd be at 10, 11 o'clock at night. It was 8 meetings every night of the week. We were there. We were hungry. And get up, I'll stand on the front veranda just reading the one page there. I don't know if it ever did anything to me. Most of what I read, I didn't even understand. But you know what? We just kept doing it and kept reading and kept talking positively, and things started happening. So I want to encourage you, work on your personal development. To me, that is the key. Your business will never outgrow you, and that is important. Okay, you need to look the part, and if you want your business to grow, you need to grow. Right? Number one, we need to work on our health. It's a tough one that I'm saying there, but most people, especially now around it's Christmas time, I witnessed it, and people eat all kinds of things. They don't check what additives in there, what junk food's in there, what poisons in there. They don't check it. They just eat because it comes out of a store or out of a supermarket. And we all, or I don't, but most people think that somebody's checked. I don't know who that somebody is. That somebody ought to be you. Okay, so check on your health, what you put in your body, your nutrition. It is so vitally important. Our products are incredible. That's why Neolife products work. Non-genetically modified, and they're out of the human food chain, and they work. We don't sell products, we sell results. And that's exciting. So work on that, work on your health. Now, it's no good using our products and you don't tidy up your diet. You'll have far better benefits from our products if you tidy up your diet. And you don't need a lot of products. Some people say, well, I can't afford to use them. You can't afford not to, because people are going to look at you. You're going to look more alive. You're going to be more excited. You're going to move faster when you're using this product, because it's nourishing your body the right way. We were on a training meeting tonight with one other group, and you hear all the testimonies of the products, and the testimonies of the health products, and testimonies of the home care. And we had a whole bunch of testimonies, and that's exciting to hear what's happening there. Our products, people are getting results. So it's important to work on your health, work on getting your body in shape. That's not easy. You want to exercise a little bit. Now, a lot of us can't go out there jogging, but you can do a power walk. Now, if you can't do 100 meters, do 200, do 50 meters first, then 100 meters, and increase it. Alton and I go up the mountain every morning real fast with the dogs, and it's a 2-kilometer walk, right? And we normally back in the house again when most people are getting up. And that's exciting. It's just a discipline, not easy. You see, to get somewhere in life, you got to do sometimes the things you don't want to do, or the things you fear doing. Like talking to people, I'll get to that as well tonight. But it's important to look apart, exercise, and that's important, right? Because, your children, your family members are looking at you. They're looking at your example, your attitude, your nutrition, your health, how you eat, how you look after your body. They might not say anything, but they're looking. People do what you do, they don't do what you say. So it's important to look apart. We've got a young guy joining up now on Thursday, right? Which is 2 days' time. And we met with him again. This guy's excited about the business. A young chap, not married yet, and he's excited about the future, excited about building his business. And you know what? He approached us. We didn't approach him. And out there, people are looking, especially the young people, folks, believe me, are looking for ways to make money. And ours are the greatest ways for anyone out there. There's so many good examples in Africa on young people in our business already. We had 3 young people on a panel in Nairobi, Kenya in June last year. And the one was a student at school, joined the business while he still at school and studied university, paid his way through there. And he was saying on his video, he just bought a brand new car for cash. Now, in Africa, they don't have that easy finance. So obviously, he paid for it the right way. So, so these things, we need to look at young people out there. I'm not saying discard all older ones, but, we were in an age group, after 25, I was 31, as I said, and we were hungry. We'd gone nowhere. And, when we got started, everyone laughed at us. Can you imagine in 1973, people said this business would never last, they'd leave a country. That was Golden Products business. So now it's been in South Africa over 50 years now, so and it's growing. And now and then the Neo Life came into in the late 70s, and that's an exciting addition to our business, and that's important, right? So get excited about looking after your body. Getting a, somebody sent me a video. I'll talk to you, or you might even post it on additives in potato crisps. The toxins, the poison that's in there, it's actually it's poison. And people just buying it for the kids and just give it, and nobody checks the labels. And that's a tragedy. Now we've got to really look after that. If you want to, that's no good building a business, being financially free, yet your body's ailing, right? You can't enjoy what you've just done. And that's important that we work the two together, right? We first got to get our mind right, positively, and that's association is important. Folks, the people you associate with, you become like them. There's no question about it. So be careful. Sometimes you just separate yourself or move off or just get very deaf at times. But one needs to do that because none of us are bulletproof. You've got to associate the people who in life where you want to be, who want to help you achieve. If somebody's breaking you down and criticizing you, you'll never get anywhere. That's what they told me. My school teachers, my own dad told me that, right? But guess what happens? God had different plans, And so it's not what people say to you, it's how you see it. So anybody says anything to you, don't worry about it, don't argue. It takes two minds to argue. In your heart, you say to yourself, watch, it shall be done. There's people out there, when you join an opportunity and you start showing a plan and you start seeing people, they're watching you. They're watching you. And man, you need to be that, not an ego, but that confident and proud of yourself that you're not going to let anybody laugh at you one day and say, oh, I told you it wouldn't work. I told you wouldn't be able to do it. Man, you must just have great confidence and that self-confidence in yourself that you got to do it. You're going to overcome and do whatever by God's grace, whatever you have to do to get there. So that's very, very important. And when you're standing for saying good, and you need to stand firm. You need to be an example. I'm talking about in the business as well. I'm talking about some of you in the business. I don't know how long you've been in, but you'll know you might be brand new. You might be in a couple of years, whatever. Your recognition in this business should be for taking steps. This should be the year that you're stepping up. Because when you take the steps in the business, you have the recognition and you'll have the money to play with. And that's important, right? So make it a goal to go out there and take steps this year and go out and go show people what you're made of, that you can do it. And that will give hope to other people. And people will look at you and say, hey, what do you do? I don't talk about Neo Life to someone unless I've got them sitting down and they want to look at a way to make more money, and I'll show them the program, then I'll bring Neo Life on. You know why? There's so many people out there with websites with Neo Life. If you just mention the name, somebody will go onto some other website, and we've found many people join with somebody else, and you did the groundwork. You approach them. So Neo Life name should only come out when I'm sitting down and you're showing the plan, all that, the presentation or whatever, and then you can share the Neo Life story. Started doing business in 1958, and it's exciting. And over 55 countries right now. So we've been going for over 60 years. The products are phenomenal, and it's exciting what happens, and they work. As I said earlier on, we don't sell products, we sell results. And that's very, very, very important. Now, what I want to do tonight, and we're talking about a lot of things, is easy to do and easy not to do. This is the discipline you're going to have on your health, on your nutrition, on your mind. You see your mind, your mental, physical, spiritual development, you will have success. That's how it works. So work on those areas in your mind. So get excited about that and get excited about the business and where we're going. Now I want to show you something. I'll get Rory just to put a shot on a 622 plan. I'll keep talking about it. And I'm going to pull off my camera right now. Thank you, Rory. Okay, can you all see that? That's our 622 plan. I'll tell you a bit about this plan before I go any further. This plan, prior to 1990, there was no such a thing in our business as 100 PV or anything like that. It worked differently, and I like the program we have today. It's far better. But anyhow, we sat down when they brought the 100 PV, and that was in the beginning of the 90s. The Eagle Team leadership got together, and we were showing a different plan. So we worked on this plan, and it wasn't just our idea, not Bolton and I. It's a team effort. And the reason we worked on it, I'm going to run through it very briefly tonight, but that you can comprehend and understand what it's all about. You see, network marketing, there are very few people outside there understand network marketing at all, right? I'm talking about even in the business. If they understood it, they wouldn't sleep. They'd be so excited about the future. Because you can build up a time, so the residual income, all kind of things. I'll get into that as we roll on the evening. So it's important to have a look at that 622 plan. You don't just sponsor 6 people right off, but if you're a brand new person, I'll highly recommend you get up there and maybe get 2 or 3 people started right away. that you've got somebody to work with. I wouldn't sponsor 6 right away. You would not be able to work with them. Your upline would be running around like a chicken with their head chopped off trying to keep up with you. Because, you know, when we sponsor somebody, we need to help them grow, help them understand what they're doing, and help and help them build a business. And that's important. So the key is when somebody gets a kit, and that's important. I'll just get it over here. 2 dots there, helping them turn those no's into customers. Now remember that every customer knows 4 people that you don't know. So in other words, that's going through the doors. You can work with them, help become a good consumer, and their friends and some of their friends are going to also become consumers, and someone might even start in your business. One never knows. So that's how it goes. So never look at a person as a person in your business, that person going to move it. No. Alt and I have actually proven this, right? We've right in the Eastern Cape, one of our strong legs came out of the Sunland in the Addo area. That one went to Dispatch. That's also not far from Port Elizabeth. And it started moving up country to Pretoria. That eventually ended up into our Namibian business. Now, often I've been in Namibia, I think, on the 3rd, we're doing a convention there of February. And I'll tell you another story that happened right here in Port Elizabeth. In those early 90s, we needed to get a computer. Believe me, I don't even know right now how to operate a computer. But anyway, we bought one from a guy. This guy joined the business and is using our products and happy and all that. And then he spoke to his sister, Blumferdien. She and her husband spoke to 2 or 3 other people, got them started in the business. And somebody there was from Mozambique was at the university. And that's how the business went back to Mozambique. Eventually got to Adelina Machado and the rest. Now, Mozambique's a very big business today. We'll be there in 2 or 3 weeks' time. You know, we can function actually with a brand and everything. So it's going to be a very exciting time up there. So don't look at the obvious. Look at your business where it can go to. When you understand network marketing, you are not going to sleep, but you've got to keep going through those doors, keep equipping people. Because life happens to everybody. Things go wrong, as they always will, right? So we just must accept that and build our business the right way, care for our people the right way, and help them grow, okay? And that's important, because that's the growth of this business. And really, don't weaken people. And I'll challenge you, I said it earlier on, please, this year, make sure you're stepping. Some of you people might have been emeralds forever or directors forever. No, man, or sapphires or ruby. Let's get on with it. Go up there, you know. One ruby with a good structure in this business could be earning 20 to 30,000 rand a month bonuses, right? But if they just went up into 2 or 3 ruby, that would treble and quadruple. That's how fast it'll happen. Now, you're not doing it all at once. You built it up gradually. You helped to establish those people. You've gone down line. You built a structure you see on the plan there, okay? And you know, that plan we worked out those days, because the company had 100 PV in the business those days, what we worked it out, if you sponsored 6 people, you do 100 minimum, and you help 6 people do minimum 100, and develop 2, and then those 2 develop 2 more, that will give you 7 people in that upper circle there. Now, 7 people doing 100 PV is 700 PV. Now, if you took 6 times 7, that's 4,200 PV. That should give you a bonus of between 8,000 and 12,000 rand a month, and that's exciting. So get excited about developing your network. You'll see Neolife is our support. They support us and all that, but we're in business for ourselves. And on the other side, you've got Eagle Team. Now, Eagle Team, wherever you are in the country or in Africa, check where we're about, because the Eagle Team will teach you the mechanics of the business, which is important. Company will give you the credibility and what's ahead and all the impending events and incentives, which are exciting. They're very important. Run for them. But also you need sometimes the mechanics, and we'll teach you how to approach people, how to do it the right way, and actually help you do it. Okay, so you need to start getting that way. So that's basically the plan, and I wanted to share that with you, because once you start stepping up, once you start developing your end consumers, once you start building your business and becoming profitable, don't forget whatever you sold yourself is profit. You make a profit. And this business, you know, a lot of people don't understand. In 2020, Kendra Brashear, our CEO, had a brilliant thing worked out on the internet. The whole thing was all mapped out, ready to go. We were too darn lazy to use it. But, you know, for us, the lockdown was a good thing. I feel sorry for the people who were affected detrimentally by it. But, you know, when the lockdown came, we were forced to use it. You could have a person in another city in Southern Africa or wherever you're from right now, and you're going to get a free website from the company, You give them your replicating website, they go and have a look at whatever it is. They can either order products there, pay with their credit card or pay with EFT, whatever way, or they can join your business. And if they bought products there, you will follow up on them. You'll keep telephonic contact or internet contact or whatever, or you're contacting them and you look after them, because when they're using the products, help them become accustomed and use them better. So that way, at the end of the month, the company pays you your 20% profit on the products that you had a retail customer buy. Now, folks, in 2020 and 2021, I don't have the later results in that, but this company had double-digit growth in those 2 years. But I feel sorry for a lot of businesses who are going the other way, because we are in the nutritional business, it's a necessity business, and people had to have it. So we were actually fine. So get excited about what you've got in your hand. You know, the person who showed Alton and I the plan, who invited us, should I say, somebody else showed the plan, but he doesn't know that he was showing us a business where you can become a multi-millionaire, doesn't matter who you are. And then, hey, we don't even worry about money anymore. We don't think about it because we care about people. We invest a lot of our money back in our people and doing functions and doing this and doing that for them. And that's important. So that's where we are. And I want to get on now with the plan. I want to put my video on. I'll keep talking to you about a couple of things, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, here we are. What's happening here, Rory? There we go. Okay, we've got it. Okay, it's always good to have Rory around. Now, I spoke to you about the kit options. When I show the plan to anybody, and I want to encourage you people to get that way. You see, a lot of people, if you invited somebody correctly, you're either going to do a one-on-one, or you bring them to a presentation, or whatever way you're going to show the plan. When you invite somebody, make a firm appointment and say, please, I'm very, very busy. I'm looking for people of integrity. Are you good for your word? Tell me now. And don't send me a message on the last minute, because I'm busy with a lot of people and I could have been helping somebody else. And that's how I close them off. And I make an appointment. Now, when we sit down and we show the plan, okay, I've got all the time with me, right? I've got application forms. Because you know what? A lot of people in Africa don't have internet. They don't have Wi-Fi. So we all got to cater for, I like being one-on-one with people, right? So in other words, you get them, hey, by the way, you also need to have a pen. So I've always got 1 or 2 extra pens with me. And then when you close the meeting off, don't go and say, by the way, you're closed. I'm not going to close up with this. Hey, do you have a desire? Go through that opportunity and talk about the opportunity of Neolife a bit. Neolife's an incredible company. They've been going for over 60 years. It's the finest financial opportunity on the face of the earth. Often I have testimonies on that. We've been involved now over 50 years in this business, and we're still excited about it. Great thing that it's better today than when we started. Those were tough days. This is a piece of cake. We've got everything out online. Neil's got everything flying for us. So that's exciting. So at the end of the presentation, I don't go and sit with somebody and say, what do you think? They came to look at a way to make more money. Say, right, here's the application form. Boom. Let them fill it in and approve it, and let them decide which kit option they're going to choose. And allow them a choice there. They can join with 10N. There are 2 different 10N kits which work great. They can join a Pro Vitality, or they can join with the home kit, right? Whichever one they join with, you need to commit with them and help them get started the right way and train them on how to do it. If they join with a 10N kit and they got to build a lot of customers, make sure you help them approach people, show them that they do it correctly, and help them grow their business. It's no good person just having a whole bunch of people buying off you, but you're not establishing them as consumers. And as they start growing their base like that, make sure you help them get into another product. You know, we've got 80, 90 products, and people are buying those products in the supermarkets and the shops all the time. So you try and get them to buy yours. So whatever kit they get, make sure you launch their business correctly. I don't personally go through all the literature. They've got enough time to do that or not. I help them get them started, help them with their goals and dreams, find out why they want to do it. Are they prepared to put X amount of time depending on what they want to achieve? Are they prepared to work for it? And I'll get through all that. And then next thing I do is say, like, give us your phone. Don't forget that 80% of people outside there will not get started in your business. They will become consumers and customers. 20% will build a business. And the idea is to find a twin, and I'll actually help a new person right there. Get their phone out, make a list of 10 names, and might invite 2 or 3 right there. Approach them, and eventually make appointments to go with them and show them. That's a whole exercise which we're doing at all these different functions that we're going to. I'm not going to get into it. It's also available on Eagle Team website. So that's what you do. So get somebody started, and then once they start, and then you approve the bottom, congratulate them. Then you say, right now, how are you going to pay? There's no good filling out a form and say, oh, they fill out the form. What does that mean? I thank God that they didn't even take cash from me. They didn't take a check, they wanted cash. We're in the bank, and those days, a lot of money to get started. I want to get into that right now, but the bank brought a check to me right in the manager's office, and this guy who did the plan from Johannesburg, this was in Port Elizabeth, he said, no, we don't want a check, we want a cash. I endorsed the check in the manager's office. The lady went away, came back with 10 Rand notes. That's the biggest note we had. It's a whole lot of money those days. It was 1,900 Rand, which a Rand bought $1.35. You can imagine how much money it was. And we never had the money. We never had security of the bank. The only reason the bank lent us the money is we had a good name, got a lot of higher purchase things and all that, but we paid every month. And that's the key. Anyhow, we got the money and started working the business. And that's important. Had they taken a check from me, I would have stopped the next day. You know why? You start talking, you don't know what you're saying the wrong things, and you start talking to your friends or family or whatever, and approaching them the way you think, and actually you were spoiling opportunity for them. I spoiled the opportunity for many of our family and friends. Eventually, Alta's parents joined, and they actually became directors in the business and did well. And they had a good time, right? And I'll tell you about Alta's mom right now. She passed away a couple of years ago at 96, and she did not die sick. She did not die in a frailty. She died in her own little apartment in a retirement village, very nice apartment, I think 2-bedroom. And that's exciting, but she stayed on these products all the time, which is exciting. So that's important. So we fill in an application for them and then commit them. And I'll find out how they're going to pay. Maybe they have to do it right away, or EFT, or with their credit card, or whatever. And if they don't do that, I say, well, how much cash should you do? And on the side of this application form, I'll write there, receive so much, I'll sign it. And I work with that person as if they're already in the business. I'll go and help them with their goals and dreams, help them get a list of names, start inviting for them and with them, and start showing a plan. And just now, some of the online start get some money for the kid. And these people got a hot thing below now because they better find the money for the rest of the kit. And any products that they sell to people, we give it to them at retail, and we keep a record of their profit. When they fill up the kit, then we get the kit, and that's how it works. So go out there, don't hang back on people. You know, and I want to tell you something. If you're not a caring person, if you haven't got a heart for people, I feel sorry for you. You need to care for people. People are hurting out there, nutritionally, health-wise, financially. A lot of people just don't have any hope anymore. And it's in our hands, folks. Let's not be greedy. Let's care for people. Let's go out there and help them grow and get it. And really, this business is really an exciting opportunity, bar none, right? And you look at this year alone, you want to travel. You've never seen a business like this in your life where you travel. Now, we went to Istanbul in May. We had a lifestyle event at Vic Falls, Radisson Blue Hotel, a company event. Now in May, we're going to Mauritius, and other world team members are going as well. It's exciting. You know, that's not just for those with big business, but people, you can get started now. You could actually be on a company event within 10 months, 9 months, 12 months, whatever. And, you know, in September, the lifestyle event for the Diamond Lifestyle event is in Paris. I don't know if anyone will get excited about going to Paris, but we've been all over the world. Art and I have really traveled, and it's exciting. You know, you do things that, you know, I'll tell you a quick story. When we started off, and the company's first event they did overseas was in Mauritius in 1977 somewhere. And Alta took a list of names of all our friends that had said no to the business. And she actually had the envelopes. Those days there was no email, don't worry about that, or sending SMS. She had all the envelopes with their addresses on. And we got there, we bought a postcard, mailed it back to South Africa and say, having a great time, Mauritius, wish you here. Some people even joined the business after that. So don't worry about it. Success is revenge, okay? I'm nicer now, but we were horrible then. So get excited about it. Get excited about sharing with people, helping people grow, and helping them get somewhere in the business. And I want to share another thing. in my, I've got, yeah, that's the sort of price our Eagle team have for those in South Africa. Thanks to Pierre van Rensburg doing it for us. And we have our retail sales book. Now, I'm amazed at some people in our business. I'll show you a couple of other things here. You want to build a business, but you haven't got the tools. Here's the latest lifestyle magazine, retail sales book, records of all the customers, records of what's happening, and you can keep record for yourself because there are a lot of incentives available to those who have big retail businesses, and that's exciting. So this is available from the Eagle Team office. The company don't do it anymore. We got permission from them to do it, but exactly Neil Life have it, and they're available. I think it costs $30 each. And it's another one I highly recommend you give to somebody. It's on your back office, those who are in the business, the Neil Life difference. Give it back to back, give it to your people. That gives them a lot more information. I give new people when they start, even if they're going to get a lifestyle magazine, tend to want in the kit, and they'll tend to want to get a beautiful product catalog. But when they get started, we give them this as well. You know why? They might have a friend. They want to get started. Now, when they're brand new, they haven't got the means maybe to get all these things. Now, at least they've got a set they can start with. And they can start sharing with their people. So remember it, folks. Let's go out there and really start doing that part of it. Now, I want to just, before I wrap up this, you need to decide if you've got the desire. If you're ready to burn it up, that you've got the desire to go and touch lives, get excited, build relationships with people. I don't believe in bosom buddies. We don't have distributors coming to our house. We go to them, meet in their places or in town or whatever, in public places. But you need to have a burn. You need to have a desire. I sincerely hope you're sick and tired of being where you are. Sick and tired of just being sick and tired. We were in a bad position financially. We weren't broke. We were just poor, quite honestly. Had a little pickup truck on payments, otherwise nothing. So, you know, you need to have a burn that you want to do something, that you want to get somewhere. And it's no good having all the desire in the world. You don't have an opportunity. I've spoken about near-life opportunity. You know, I met with Jerry Brasfield and Bobby's brother. They came in, we joined in August 73. In October 73, they did a function in Maseru. It was in the Holiday Inn at Maseru. And there were about 30-odd people there. It's about the whole of Southern Africa those days. And that's where I met Jerry Brasfield. I was not the perfect guy, but I looked at the successful people who were already in the business. I said, hey, if we want to get something in life, I better change this thing fast. And that's when I decided to work on ourselves and personal development. So go out there and work on it now. And by the way, some people just show the opportunity. They say, oh, I want to go home and think about it. I said, what do you want to think about? You want to make money or don't you? Simple. You know, I've met so many people, they go home, they think about it, and they think about it until they forget about it. And I've met people 10 or 20 years later, I saw that business. I said, why didn't you do it? No, I didn't have the money. I said, have you got the money now? I said, no. Well, I said, go and borrow money again. Oh, no, and then make some other dumb excuse. The excuses are just weak things, okay? For weak people. Now, somebody might say to you, well, I can't come to the meeting, my lawnmower break. Maybe it doesn't even have a lawnmower, but any excuse will do. I always call a lot of excuses just disguise lies. And the third step in success is take action. And I want to encourage each and every one of you on this call tonight, decide to go out there and be different. Decide to go and be. God's put potential in you. Please use it. There's nothing worse on this earth than someone with potential that's never been touched. That's where we were when we got started. I want to encourage you. You see, Alton and I, in 87, we went to a couple of weekend functions in the States. Okay, and at those functions, they had a Sunday morning praise and worship, and we gave our lives to the Lord, our Father in heaven. We said, Lord, it's your business, we'll do it. And that's where we stand today. I respect anyone, whatever you believe, but believe and do it. And we just thank God for where we are today. It's not us. It's just a miracle that we are around. We've had many challenges. We've had major challenges. Don't think because you come to know the Lord, you're not going to have challenges. Then you're going to have challenges. But you know what? He'll walk with you through the fire. He might not keep you out of it. So just hang on. When you have a challenge, Thank you. Thank you, Lord. I'm excited. I'm moving. And let's get on with it. So that's the next thing. Now I want to get to wrap up all this thing. And that's important. People are going to join your business if it's like a fast moving train. You must be moving. Your business must be moving. You must be growing it. You must be taking steps. Okay? You must be getting on with it. And then people will come and join you. You see, who gets on a fast moving train? Only fast people. Slow people don't get on it. Who stays on a fast moving train? Fast people. Slow people don't. So if your train is moving and your business is growing, the people are going to come along with a vacuum. You'll have so many people have success. You'll have people becoming diamonds in your business. And we are blessed having people like it in our businesses, but it's not us. We are blessed to have done that. We just availed them of opportunity. They did it. And that's important to do it, right? So remember what I'm saying right now. Be like a fast-moving train. Don't play around with this thing. Let's go and make 2024 a year to remember. A year where you moved out of your comfort zone, you got uncomfortable, and you really got going. And at the end of the year, you tell us what you achieved and all that. I'd love to hear it. And I want to wrap up with saying right now, tonight, just a memory. You saw the 622 plan. And by the way, I have that with me in my rucksack. I have a kit. There's a plan that I leave with people. Because a lot of people have said, well, 80% of people that we work with do not have internet, okay? So we always got manual things to share with them. And anyhow, I want to share a true story with you. As you build your network, right, you don't really, when you're brand new, you don't comprehend what you're really getting up to. But as you build your network and you start growing people, okay, and you start building a solid business, I'm going to tell you a true story of a lady who joined this business in the late 70s, okay. She'd just gone bankrupt. She was from Bolton. Her late husband was a school principal. They never had any children, but he left her a home in Bolton, a house paid for, and money in the bank. And some family members had started a carpet business, and they got this lady to stand security in the bank for their carpet business. The carpet business went bankrupt. Alta, now this lady was not even yet in the business, but Alta actually helped her in Bolton pack out of her house that the bank came to take over. And eventually, I encouraged her to go to the Western Cape. And she went, and she had many challenges. I can tell you about plenty, but she had the courage to go out there and do it. Well, she had nothing to lose, only to gain. And anyhow, she built a very big business, and through her business, she met people in the Western Cape and helped them grow. It moved on from there. A large part of her business is a large part of the Tanzanian business, which is a big business today, running maybe 600,000-700,000 PV a month. Anyhow, this lady, her last, I'd say 6-7 years, she was not really active in the business. And she, Flourish and them helped her move into a retirement village. And then from there into a frail care 10-to-1. I wasn't around then. We met her once or twice there. But these people looked after, and we had Krishna look after finances in the bank. There was somebody being conning her out of that. And anyhow, she had finances coming through all the way until she passed away. Right now, I want to tell you why she did not die sick. At 94, she died healthy. So I want to encourage you to hear what I've said tonight. Listen to it. And it will 10-to-1 be on recording now if you want it as well. But do these kind of things. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Where can you build out there that you have an income one day, even when you're not active, you build a big enough network, you qualify for it, and you got yourself retail. The income is linked to the retail price of product. Product price goes up, your income's going to go. And that's how exciting it is. You know, this lady actually left us, because she had no children, as I said, but she actually left Alta and I 280,000. we shared some of that with the people who look after her and take care of it. But that's just incredible about this business. So I want to encourage you folks to take seriously what you got. Get excited about this year. We are excited, and we really wish to meet you up at whenever we're around the country or at any company. Don't make excuses. Get to every Eagle Team event, every event your upline does, every company event you can, get there. And when you get there, do what Alton and I used to do. We used to make sure we sat right in front. We didn't want anyone to distract us. So go out there, take this business in your hands, get excited about it, and be like a fast-moving train. Just start moving, build your consumer base, build your distributors, help them grow, help them achieve, and you will live you'll live a life of adventure and achievement. And I tell you saying, without a goal, without achievement, life is very dull. So go out there and choose achievement, choose adventure, and go for it. We love you guys, and we look forward to meeting you as we go around, and maybe to Bloemfontein function in June or whatever. Just come up and say hi. Alton and I'd love to meet you, and we love each and every one of you. We want nothing more than you people to fly like crazy in the rest of Africa. There are a lot of functions that will be going on in Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda. We're planning one up in Central and West Africa somewhere. I'm still waiting on a decision there. We'll be making that. And the Eagle Team is busy right now. We'll have a golf shirt that's not need ironing, and a cotton one, and we're busy on that. And we, as the leaders, start deciding what color we're going to go for that. And so whenever you get to an event, you'll be identified as Eagle Team. Now, Eagle Team, we are a group of people who have integrity. We care for people, and we've got a motto in this business, John Cunningham, in serving one another, we become free. I want you to remember that. In serving one another, you will become free. So serve your people, and you'll be free. Thank you very much. God bless you, and have a great year and a great life. See you.